I walked into the shop. I saw him, sweat dripping from his forehead. He's just come from a run. I know where I'd like to run with him. To the bedroom. Hey, I said, want to come upstairs? I took off his top slowly as I traced his abs. Nipples were pert.
Can you stop? Stop there before I actually slit my throat. What the hell is that?
Hi guys, this episode of We Just Got Here does contain some triggering topics. So this is our little trigger warning. Today we were discussing topics relating to death and grief. If that is a lot for you, we have put some resources down in the description box to deal with bereavement and grief. But if you're good to go, continue watching.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode. Is this episode 26?
25.
Oh,
25.
no.
26. No, you're right.
26
right.
is life.
Oh my God, this is our 6-month mark.
This is our 6-month mark. This is officially
Sick.
6 months of recording at the arse crack of dawn. I'm joking.
It's really not.
It's actually
really
not the arse crack of dawn. I just always come in hungry and dehydrated. But guys, welcome. What has happened this week? We know what's happened this week. If you don't know what's happened this week, then we're living under a rock. Shannon?
Oh.
Shannon.
He said he got hacked.
He said he accidentally went on. Now he's saying he got hacked. You've already been sacked. It's too late. Shannon, how do you accidentally go live on Instagram like that?
No, you can though.
For your hand or your fingers to find the Instagram app. Now open it. Now go through the process.
No, I think it's possible, you know.
How?
Because, okay, some people, my phone included, is sensitive, yeah? So I've gone on things when I'm just holding, like, say it's in my pocket. I've had my screen replaced a couple times in it. So it'll be in my pocket, it'll be in my hand, and I'll be touching buttons. Now all of a sudden, I'm on someone's live, like watching their live.
You're watching their live. How do you go live? Can we actually go through the process of going live, please?
Right.
Because
so
I'm like, unless this man was already filming on Instagram, which I doubt, I hope wasn't the situation. Because I was looking, I'm like, how do you even go live on Instagram?
like this.
How? No, but what process?
So you have to go to, oh no, it's a process. I'm doing it now. You're live now. So essentially what you do, you go into where you do story, you swipe, and then you go live. But then when you're going live, it would say checking connection. So it takes about 5 seconds to do a live.
You can get off live now. I don't want to do the live demonstration.
Right, people are joining. Hey guys.
Can you get off the live?
Coming off the live.
Jesus, you don't have to actually go live. Sometimes describe in theory.
You're my first live.
You could have stopped where they gave you the option to go live.
Oops. I want to see what it's like. I've never been live before.
But yeah, Shannon. The growling, the talking, the poor Michelle. It was a lot. I literally saw it.
I haven't seen it.
So I usually wake up at 3 a.m. to go do my nighttime pee, and then I'll have a little scroll on Twitter just see if the world's on fire. And I saw a video saying
that's such bad habit. Sorry. It took me a while to dawn. So you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, then you scroll.
No, to go pee.
And then you scroll.
Whilst I'm peeing, yeah. And then I go to bed.
Wow. That's so bad.
How's that bad?
Well, not bad for you if it works for you. But
I don't go on Twitter in the daytime. Do you know how many times I tweet in a week?
No, but like blue light, keeping you up. Like, downtime. You're supposed to have like an hour at least before you go to bed without
I'm waking up in the middle of sleep to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it'll keep you awake.
No, because after I scroll, I put my phone down on the nightstand and I go back to bed.
Okay then.
Lord Jesus. Don't worry, I wear my glasses. But yeah, the growling, which the girls were loving. I was just quite confused about going on Instagram live by accident. I was like, there has to be steps. So unless you were trying to do a story, I don't understand how you got there. And then the phone fell and that killed me because then it was just floorboards and then growling. It was just, before it was bed sheets. We started off in the bed. Like there was rustling. We would be shook around. I could see the bed sheet. Then the phone fell.
But
Then it was just,
Shannon's a bit big, he's a bit of a clunky man, so things can happen around him.
I just
do you know
never
what I mean?
saw him like that. So when he was growling, I was like, your name's Shannon.
Yeah, but who? Like, yeah.
No, it was
why
like,
would you not? No, but like, look, when you look at him, he's very like,
Did you hear the video?
no.
It was like my throat is dry because I always come here dehydrated, so I can't even give you
Can I say the growls are sexy?
Yeah, they are, but
They're
from
very-
Shannon, because I always saw Shannon's a bit metrosexual.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm like,
The build is that of a man. He's got the
but
build of a
very-
yeah, he looks like Johnny Bravo.
He doesn't train his legs, which confuses me because I'm like, you're
But-
literally an athlete.
But
Why
Johnny,
are you outside that triangle?
but that Johnny Bravo figure shows you that he's a man. Like, that's really like girl.
That figure naked is another thing.
Yeah.
That-
Word.
That figure naked is another thing. But yeah, I don't mind the ground. I'm here for the grounding and stuff. I was just like, how did you get on Instagram Live by accident? Then you had the time the next day to go and do podcasts with OJ Cinco talking about it. He's like, I'm embarrassed for everyone around me because, people look up to me like a role model. I said, who?
It's okay though. It's okay though, King. Everyone gets busy.
Yeah, but Instagram Live by accident.
Do you know what? This happened to somebody I knew, yeah? So I love telling you a random story. Because
It's somebody that you knew, or was it you?
No, someone I know. So this was a guy
Yeah.
and he had a friend. And all of a sudden, the friend's girlfriend starts FaceTiming the guy. And the girlfriend and his friend, like, he can't see them, but he can hear that they're fucking. So then he was like, oh my God, this is weird. Cool. So then he's cut off the phone. The girl has called back. He's called back. Again.
I have FaceTime someone before.
Swear to.
Accident, yeah. I have FaceTime someone before. I'll tell you the incident after, but I FaceTime someone before.
So what, you did the phone's just on the bed and
Yeah, and then
and how far into the thing did you clock?
So on the phone it said 4 seconds. You know where you can see the duration of a call? But I'm like, I don't know if it was like still connecting or that. I don't know what happened. The person didn't call back. But like ever since then, I've been like,
phone across the room. Across the room.
Because what? FaceTime will finish you.
I'm not gonna lie, I can imagine a world that would be sexy though. I can imagine.
Doing the FaceTime?
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But I don't know who, because if you're with your person.
Your enemy.
Okay, that's the
only way. That's the only. Who else are you gonna FaceTime?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, who would be the person? Because like, you don't want to hear me beating.
I would actually slit my throat.
You would.
I would
and the thing is,
slit
guys,
my
yeah,
throat.
can I just say, everyone has an issue about how I talk about sex. Stephanie, hey,
I don't want to talk about sex with you because you just revolt me with the way you say words.
Yesterday,
Say pussy. I just want to ruin everyone else's day because this is what I have to go say it.
Pussy. Stephanie believes I sound like a pimp. You know, the other day, I was saying something to Malachi and I was trying to be like naughty. And he was like, you sound like the telephone babes. Like, it sounds so explicit.
Say it again.
This pussy.
God. Actually disgusting.
No, the idea of me having sex would actually.
I hate the fact that you even
finish
like erotica. So I'm like, how are you reading
I love
it?
erotica.
How are you reading it to yourself without feeling sick?
I love erotica.
I'll actually vomit if you read erotica to me.
And the new thing that everyone is grossed out by. I love, and this makes sense for how I speak, yeah? I love audio erotica.
No.
Audio erotica?
Oh,
yo!
Cringe. Cringe, so audio porn, basically. Why don't you just watch porn?
I don't like it.
But you rather watch...
I like the audio erotica is the storyline. So it'll be like, let's... Hold on. You're going to play today. God. I walked into the shop. I saw him sweat's dripping from his forehead. He's just come from a run. I know where I'd like to run with him. To the bedroom. Hey, I said. Want to come upstairs? I took off his top slowly as I traced his abs. Nipples were pert.
Can you stop? Stop there before I actually slit my throat. What the hell is that? So basically,
I kissed his neck.
You like porn podcasts.
Shut up!
Because basically, what you're saying is that I could rip the audio from porn and you would listen to it.
No, because porn is too explicit.
No, but then some of them have the role plays that go for a bit too long at the beginning. So it's like a proper story.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it gives like you're not actors. Like I need to hear the love. I need to hear the longing behind.
There are ones.
No, because it's too animalistic.
No, you have the female friendly ones.
Okay.
They have a new category.
That would be a bit me.
That would be for you. Where like it was like it's more friendly.
Okay.
It's not for me.
Like it talks about their relationship and how they got there.
Happy family kind of thing.
It's not happy family. Like
okay. What
the girl on girl, long lost love.
Girl on girl, long lost love.
Yo.
So you want them to be? So they had a lesbian affair when they were 15 and linked up when they were 35.
That's porn.
What? No,
that's child porn.
Sorry.
That's child porn.
They loved each other. They were girlfriends at 15 and lost contact.
No. Okay. Take the 15 out of it.
They were together when they were 25.
So they met in university.
Okay.
Say they met in university and they're having a time. And then one day they kissed and they were like, oh, wait. But one person was in the closet and one person was just experimenting. And then later on, they've come into, one of them's come into a stud era and she's sexy and hot. And the other one's just seen her for the first time for like 5 years and got butterflies because she's thrown back to how she felt when she was at university. And then she touched her hand and all the butterflies, it was like an electric feeling through her body. And the butterflies were back and she remembered the taste of her lips, like that.
So Brokeback Mountain. I don't, like, what does this do for you? I don't want to do what I want you to do now because the story is too long.
No, but I need the story.
The story. I don't care.
Yeah, I need to be taken on a journey. I'm a lover girl, man.
Oh my God, please. Why is it girl
How
on
did
girl?
we get here?
Why is it girl on girl?
No, because
a lot of women like watch lesbian porn, you know.
Of course,
I hear it.
Yeah, because like
I've got one watches this. Sorry. I fully forgot. And she's up to date. Sorry, mum.
Sorry, auntie. I'm sorry. No, I'm embarrassed. I'm
I'm going to continue chatting. Listen, they all had their lives too, you know. Not because we didn't see it.
Word.
Not because we didn't see it. You're not going to come for me.
Words.
You're not going to come for me.
Because one thing about parents, they live a life.
They live a life.
And then they'll pretend that all they know is Jesus. When they have you, all I know is the love of God. Really?
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 That's not what I heard from God. He said you had a little tea.
God sometimes hey girl.
Yeah?
Hey girl.
Please.
Please. Anyway.
But yeah, no, a lot of women watch lesbian porn. Like even in the female-friendly category, lesbians.
I guess girls, because girls are hot.
Yeah, I hear it.
Men can see that, girl can see it.
But I find it really interesting when it's like it's a lot of heterosexual. Like I saw a TikTok here where the woman was like, when the history says ebony lesbian, and you're trying to act like you don't know where it came from. He's looking like you're like, where did that come from? He types in the E, and you know, grayed out, it comes up as ebony. She's still like, how did I get there? God,
It be us.
These pop-ups.
It be us. It be us. Heterosexual women just
out here. And the thing is, if we were to ever catch a guy doing that, we'll be looking at him sideways.
But us now, we're like
ebony lesbian. Oh, I've watched that one before. Let me go on page 3.
You know when you have to act like it's not happening? Like,
no, I've seen that one before. And I don't really like her wig.
Anyway.
I just forgot that we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Tia. God.
The erotica queen. Favorite
Erotica stan.
favorite category, girl or girl with a storyline. And my name's Steph. Favorite category. What is my favorite category? I just go to the black section, you know.
I said ebony.
It's either black or ebony. But then sometimes they be trying to slip in a little interracial in the black section and it gets on my damn
You didn't
nerves.
ask for that.
Move
You didn't ask for that.
yourself. Because why am I seeing white peen? Is that what I came here for? I don't discriminate. It depends on my mood. But my go-to is black or ebony. And then I decide from there what kind.
You know
Do
what?
you want
actually?
girl and girl? Do you want hetero? What do we want?
I don't mind. When it's a love story, I don't mind.
There's no love, please.
Sorry.
Because where are you?
Because I'm not watching it visually. I think it's too much for me.
So you have to just hear it.
Hear it or read it.
Do you have to hear the noises as well?
So there's an app, yeah, it's called Dipsy, yeah? Everyone's going to get on.
You're actually disgusting. What do you mean there's an app?
There's an app. There's an app. It's just love stories with...
But did they put the sound?
Yeah, so it's love stories with a bit of razzle-dazzle.
So it's like...
Yeah. You hear everything.
You hear it?
And the moans, yeah. But I like, yeah.
So people will see you on the train thinking that you're listening to an audiobook or a podcast.
No.
And you're just out here listening to...
I have decorum. I have decorum. So I know when I had Dipsy, I don't have it anymore. But when I had it, I would only listen to it when I'm at home at nighttime when I've got time, but myself time. Do you know what I mean? It's appropriate time. I'm never listening to it today. Am I jobless? Well, am I listening to it in the day? I can't, if I'm working from home, I can't listen to it in the day.
You're sitting next to her on the train here. You know, sometimes when the headphones are loud, you can slightly hear just...
No, because
she's just sitting there
can I just
looking
say,
like a normal civilian.
No, but you can't, because imagine now you're on the train and then because it makes you feel a bit flustered now. On the train. On the train now I'm pulsating. Long.
I've seen men watch porn on the train before, and I'm literally looking at them like you're actually disgusting.
But like, what do you do? Because as girls, when we start to pulsate, it's like
That's probably their thing, that they like cockle hard in public. The day you commute, like, oh, look at all these people looking at my hard cock on the train. I hate men, man. What?
I just the end products. It just. Do you get what I mean? The end product is what, and that's why there's certain places and certain times of day that is appropriate.
You can listen to that.
If the sun is still out, that app is not open on my phone. That app is not open on my phone when the sun is out. Whether I'm at home, I'm definitely not doing it while I'm outside. But when the sun sets,
that's when the Dipsy comes out. Gosh.
After 9 o'clock.
Trust you to find that app.
I don't even know how I found it. It's such a me thing to find.
You probably Googled it.
I did it,
App for sex sounds and erotica. Oh, look.
I love erotica. God.
From young. Terrible.
Wait, have I loved it from young?
Yes, because you wrote erotica about 50 Cent. Like,
no, I didn't.
5 or 6, you did. You did.
Girl, why do I know about?
You had an obsession with 50 Cent. And you wrote erotica.
It was not. It can't have been erotica.
It was.
I didn't know about sex
it
at 5.
You read it.
In year 5.
You read it.
I read it where?
You wrote erotica. I promise you, I'm not making... This is like the most random thing to make up. You wrote erotica about 50 Cent.
What?
Yes.
No, but I don't...
And then you wrote erotica and then you had a dream. I'm not even joking. You came to...
I'm so tired of you.
50 Cent. You're tired of me. I didn't write it.
Sometimes Steph will say things, she'll have these stories. And there's no one to back her up.
Because the only person that can back me up is in Dominica right now. I'm like literally on my own.
Who was that?
Shantae.
I wrote
No.
It wasn't... I weren't friends with Shantae. I never got the chance to be friends with her.
Do you know, I remember the classroom. And I remember you... Yeah, because it was right before our SATs. You wrote erotica about 50 Cent.
Who did I read it to?
You read it to me. You literally... Do you not remember having an obsession with 50 Cent?
No, I definitely had an obsession with 50 Cent.
And you wrote erotica.
And then
the next day you came and said you had a dream about 50 Cent.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, this is what you told me. This is literally you. How do you not remember this?
I don't.
You do not remember this?
No.
Do you at least remember the dream you had about 50 Cent?
No.
Jesus Christ.
But I knew I loved 50 Cent. Like, oh, he was hot.
So
yeah.
That should be enough evidence to tell you that I'm telling the truth. Why would I make this up? You literally, you were like, yeah, I had a dream about 50 Cent.
No, but I wrote. No, I haven't.
You wrote a story about 50 Cent.
Story? I don't know.
Doing inappropriate stuff.
But I'm in year 5, so I don't actually know. We had sex education by then. But I don't know the logistics of what sexual encompasses.
So you literally, and then I can't even say what I'm going to say next. But it's something you used to do that end up with you biting your lip talking about 50 Cent. I'm not even joking.
Anyway, right. We'll come back to that.
And that's why you have the app.
How did we get onto this?
I don't know, but how was your week? No, wait.
How was your week? Let's do that first.
Yeah. My week. Yeah, it has to be good, didn't it? It was okay. It was all right, innit? We're here, we're blessed. We're
and
surviving.
Highly favoured.
We're surviving, we're striving, we're
God
thriving.
is covering us in
the blood of Jesus, amen.
In Jesus' name, amen. So yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
L of the week? You had an L of the week.
What was my L of the week?
Alive.
Before I say the real one.
Just. We be chopping and changing. We be chopping it up.
Yeah. So my L of the week is that my favourite pirate streaming site, Fbox RIP, has been taken down, and now I have nowhere to watch Industry. I don't know where to watch Industry.
What's Fbox?
It was like an illegal streaming site for movies and stuff.
What's Industry? Is that the intern thing?
Yeah. It's the show. It's like
old. It was on BBC, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on BBC. I don't know if the new season will be on there though, because
there's a new season.
Yeah, season 3. I love Industry. I absolutely love Industry. It heals my inner wannabe investment banker when I was 18. But no, I've watched episode 1 and the Fbox got taken down and I'm 2 episodes behind and people keep tweeting about it.
That's so sad.
And I'm
but
like,
how are they watching it?
That's what I want to know, but I can't ask in it because
DM.
Hey babe, are you watching it?
Girl, please, we're friendly. This is just hey.
You're friendly.
Yeah, that's what I'd
rather sit there and just be reading the tweets and try to piece together the storyline. I'm like, I'll just piece together the storyline and let that be that. But I'm desperate to watch Industry. So if anyone has any suggestions, please let me know because I'm literally on the ropes. And then my win of the week is I survived. Yeah, nothing major happened. I can't lie to you, bro. It's been yeah, I'm alive. I'm bloated as hell. Yeah, you can hear it.
I just had your stomach pop, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the dairy. I had dairy last night, so I'm incredibly bloated, like bloated.
Lacto joy.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
how was your week? Step up to the podium.
Chaotic, but it will take us into what we're going to talk about today. So, win of the week. Found a new sauna in my area. And it's like a sauna social place to socialize. Like, instead of going clubbing or going like...
You just go into a room of steam, half naked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did anyone think about this?
Yeah. It's a bit of me in Peckham. Yeah, a bit of me. I'm going to be there every Friday.
It's giving swingers.
No, but...
It's giving orgy.
But can I just say... So the thing is, yeah, this is the problem, yeah? I say things and you take it left.
Nah.
When I
Mr.
take
Rotocar,
it left...
because you're probably going there for a storyline.
No.
She left the sauna and made her way back to the flat.
Sweat dripping from
You're
her skin.
disgusting. should be thrown
The
in prison
bikini-
with Quagmire. Immediately. You and Quagmire be thrown in prison. You can't live with us amongst society. Terrible.
Oh, and the thing is, people will never know.
Never know.
They will never know.
That you are Quagmire.
I'm not fucking
You're
Quagmire.
Quagmire. So that's what I'm going to start calling you. Quagmire. Just horny. You want to go to a sauna to socialize?
Well, okay, it's called a sauna social club, yeah, but it's essentially just a sauna and they do like ambient music and whatever have you.
Sure they do.
It's just a place to relax. Why are you making it weird? It's weird. It's not weird.
Bro.
It's not
You
weird.
want to go to a sauna to socialize?
Because think about it, yeah. Obviously, this is a very me thing and you're so far removed from this culture. It's incredible. But remember, I used to do like girlhood meditation, like sound bowl, like and you would socialize. Like, yeah, you'd meditate and you'd astral travel and stuff like that. But I'm Christian, guys, so yeah, complex that. But you'd also make and socialize with girls similar to you, right? So this is just another way of like having a great time. There's a sauna, you can just relax. There's a DJ playing in the background.
In the sauna.
But it's not uns. It's not
in
like
the sauna.
We're not playing like flipping, I don't know, J Huss and Burna Boy. Like we're not popping. It's just like ambient music. Like it'd be like lo-fi. And you know me, I love a piece of lo-fi.
Have you ever tried to chat in a sauna? Your mouth will go.
But I don't think you need to chat. It's
so
just
how
to
are
relax.
you socializing?
It's just everyone is there just relaxing.
Sweating amongst each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, excited.
If that's your story.
Oh, and they've got ice baths as well. And you know, I do a lot of things for dopamine. So
if that's your story, we'll take it as that.
So yeah, really excited about that. That is my win of the week.
L
of the week. Shut up. Hold on. They're both wins. I've got 2 wins of the week. No, not the second one.
Oh. I'm about to say, what did she do to you? Jesus.
So
that's dark.
No, because I've got I was thinking, I had to put myself in a very positive, I had to put myself in a very positive mindset last night because I wasn't feeling great, essentially. And I don't want to ever bring bad vibes to the podcast, I'm not gonna lie. So I had to kind of be like, what? And I think when I was doing L of the week and win of the week, because I was like, positive, I put down 2 wins.
Okay. And just skip to major L.
Well, we'll go into the L because the L encompasses the whole thing. So another win, I finally started therapy.
Yay.
And I'm seeing, like, it's definitely starting to hear me become less bad character. I have been...
The way you just gave me threatening eyes.
No, I didn't. No. But I've been more so a voice of reason because I even said this to you last week.
You tried to be voice of reason.
And like, I even said this to you last week. When I'm panicking, I feel like we haven't spoken as much because I'm not like I'm not on the edge anymore. I'm like starting to trust myself in the way I deal with situations and logicalize it for myself rather than being like, guys, I don't know what to do. Like, do you get what I mean? And it's paying off because now, you know, I'm not bombarded. I do bombard Steph, but I bombard Steph with gist and things that we should talk about rather than things that could bring down her mood.
Yeah.
We have spoken a lot this week though. But anyway, we'll move away from that. L of the week. Ha, make it lighthearted.
No, because the way you're saying it, yeah, you're going to make me laugh. I don't want to laugh at your L of the week because...
But why is it going to make you laugh? I speak like this all the time.
It's the fact that, you skipped it. You're like, you've got 2 W's of the week. But in my head, I was expecting you to say...
The L of the week.
So when you said W, I was like, what did she do to you? And now you're going to the end of the week and you're going to say it casually, like to say it's not a thing, but it's a thing.
So Steph has this huge issue with me, where like every time I describe something what is essentially traumatic, I say it in a very casual tone. And Steph is always bombarded like, what the? And she's heard it so many times in my life.
And you're about to drop this shit, like to say it was like your heater broke down. And that's what's going to make me laugh because...
You know what? I saw my Auntie Jenny, as you know, my closest person. And I said, you know my grandma dead. She said, what? I said, you know my grandma dead. She's like, oh no. But everyone's used to me now. So yeah, Ella of the week, guys. Got my last grandparent actually died. Yeah, she's my last grandparent. She died. This week. So, can you fix your face? Can you fix your... The camera can see you. So that is my L of the week, and it goes on to our conversation about grief because my grandmother she lived a really long life. She was 98 years of age and resilient babe. Resilient babe. The way had toes amputated, had Guillain-Barré and picked herself back up. Strong Malaysian babe. But obviously it's quite sad. It's sad for my family members. Sad for me. But we're still working out how I deal with sadness, how I receive sadness, how I feel sadness. So I had a conversation with Steph the other day about how when I feel, so sometimes I feel like I want to emotionally vomit. And throughout the last year, I've realized when I want to emotionally vomit, that equates to what other people would deem as sadness. But I just didn't know. That's like, I just feel like I emotionally want to vomit. So, talk about how we deal with grief. When my mother told me she was really sad, and my first thing was like, babe, have you drank water? So I didn't know how to phrase it because obviously she sent it to me via message because we knew my grandma was getting sick. And we knew it was looking like that would be the case. So, it wasn't unexpected. But obviously it's still me. I lost a parent 2 years ago. So I lost my dad 2 years ago. So I know how world rocking and how world changing, life changing it is to lose a parent. And so, even though my mum's older, you're still gonna feel the same intensity. But my first thing was like, that because obviously when you find out, when it actually happens, you get the lump in your throat. And the lump in the throat means it's hard to swallow, it's hard to talk, and you're really gonna burst into tears. So my thing was stay hydrated. And I didn't know how to say this without seeming a bit mad. Like, oh, Chris, grandma's passed away. Okay, girl, drink water though. Do you get me? Like I didn't know how to. So I spoke to Steph and I dictated the message I ended up sending to the family group chat. And in my head, I just want to, obviously, because my thought process is, it's a very stressful occasion. And so everyone, we're all a bit older now. So, we don't want to put too much pressure on the heart because of the stress. So everyone make sure you've had water, you're hydrated, and you eat, make sure you continue eating because it's a very stressful period. But obviously, the logistics isn't what people want to hear.
That's not what people want to hear.
So
you were just babbling. I was just like, just please.
So I then
3-sentence max.
So I said in my wholesome bag, grandma was the matriarch of the family and she created this essence of love that is so, and it's true, she created this family in which anyone that comes into it can definitely see there's love. Like they love to, they don't bicker, they spend family time together, they sing randomly, we break out in song. It's very, when Malachi went over, he was like, whoa.
No, it's giving High School Musical.
It's love. And she created that. She created an essence of love that is just, you cannot miss it. So that's what we got to keep. Obviously, she's going back to meet a man. She's going to meet a man again, Grandpa's up there. So, you know what I mean? Link up, you know what I mean? Meet her babes. But also, drink water and make sure you eat, guys. Do you know what I mean?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Because when you said that bit about like you're going to meet a man, like be with your man, it made me think. Because it's almost like separate from even what you're talking about. This is just my thought process. It's almost like when someone goes pen and they leave their partner outside,
Yeah.
Say they've been in pen for like 10 years, in jail for 10 years, and they come out. Like, is there anything to say that your partner hasn't been like seeing other people?
But you can't see other people in heaven.
But like in heaven, like.
No, because I don't think you can't link like that.
So if like, say you're single, are you single in heaven too?
But I think, so this is, Christians are going to come. Christians, hey, your turn, because you lot know the Bible. But so supposedly, and I'm Christian as well, but I just don't know this bit. Andrew will definitely know. Andrew
Yo,
def-
Andrew's in his Bible bag.
Andrew, no, but apparently, so what I've heard is you kind of start from point zero. You kind of start refreshed without the yearnings of what you yearn for here.
But then doesn't that mean that I won't yearn for my husband?
Possibly, but then
So
I'm
like,
thinking.
so they're just like, wipe the memory.
But I'm thinking, yeah, it's an wholesome love. It's like, oh, this is my, like how otters have a wholesome love. No, or swans. Swans have a wholesome love. Swans, yeah. They
Have you not seen that swan attack someone before?
No, I have. But you see, they partner for life and that. Do you get me? And that. They partner for life.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's not like I want to see you naked. Like, I want to. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to get the swan.
Because the thing is, yeah, in my mind, it's gone to the gut. I want to say some vulgar.
You've taken it to erotica again. And you see why I'm calling you quagmire? Because we're talking about swans and you've made it erotica.
But what I'm saying, they're not just saying, I want to fuck. They're saying, you hated the K. The K that was loud.
It made my ears pop. I hate that. I hate it so
the
much.
K on the end was loud.
Oh, I hate it so much.
But yeah, they're not saying, guys, you're being taken on the trip
Sorry.
today.
I don't even know what we're going to title this because we've just gone all over the place.
So I think it's more wholesome. Like, oh, this is my person.
But what is the person? Are they a friend or
they're my love?
This is how situationships start.
They're my love.
We need clarity. What is the person? Because don't let me go out to heaven to meet you. Yeah, you're acting like you don't know me. Are you crazy? I'm flipping the tables. That gate, I'm rattling it. That gate, the gate of heaven, I'm rattling it. Don't let me go out there. You're acting brand new like you don't know me. I'm rattling the gate. I'm going to climb that gate. I'm going to rattle it. I'm going to rattle it.
Yeah, like, no, but I think it's just like, that's my person.
What is that person? Okay, like.
But like, you're my person. Do you get what I mean? So like, without.
Quagmire.
Because you're my person.
Yeah.
Without the sex.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So a friend.
No. I think it's deeper than friend. It's like a
you're
soulful.
Sounding like a guy that's trying to convince me that we've got something going on.
Like a soulful.
But you're not really feeling me. That I'm asking you, what are we? And you're telling me that we're deeper than friends.
No, it's like a soulful yearning. No, because you know what? No, I stand with this, Stephanie. Because sometimes I've had like friendships where it's like, it's crazy intimate. It's like a soulful yearning.
You see, guys, you see what I said in the last episode? You see where this is going again? How did you get here? Because I know who you're chatting about, Miss Embassy. I know who you're chatting about.
I wasn't talking about her, man.
Always bringing her up. Now I feel like the wife that stays in the situation
Shut
where there's
up.
other concubines.
Anyway, no, sometimes you can have.
No,
because now you're making it out that I'm bi. Because at this rate, everyone thinks the erotica she listens to.
The erotica with a storyline.
No, but like sometimes you have like these emotionally intense friendships / relationships. And it might not even ever be sexual. It might not ever be a sexual thing with the opposite sex, but it's just like intensely emotionally. And I think that might be similar to what, like, I believe you can make, I'm in my spiritual bag, but I think you can make really spiritual relationships.
So soul ties.
Yeah, kind of like soul ties, but I don't know how I feel about that within the sexual context.
Okay.
But I believe you can, because I've had friendships that I feel come from a very soulful spiritual place, but that haven't been good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you shouldn't be friends with this. It's bad because it comes from a trauma bonding, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like similarly, with when you die, the sexual need is taken away, but the yearning, the love, is a bit more encompassing. It's like, so you'll go and meet your person who you love. Again, this is my understanding. I'm not like verse on the Bible says with this. Do you get me? But that's what my understanding of it.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, so she went to meet a man. Do you know what I mean? Like, And she loved that man, made 6 kids with him. Girl, link your man. It's all right.
To be his friend.
To be his love.
To be his person.
To be his person. There we go. Land on that.
I just feel like when I get to heaven, I'm going to have so many questions. I'm going to piss everyone off. And they'll send me down to
I
purgatory.
can't wait to meet Jesus,
I have so many questions for that man.
I really can't wait to meet Jesus.
Because I know you're not white.
Yeah, he ain't.
So I'm going to be like, do you know them man down there think you're white? Like, are you actually aware of what's going on down there?
I feel like that was because it's a famous, was it Michelangelo? Somebody, famous artist depicted on a famous painting a vision of Jesus, but modeled it on their relative, and they yeah.
So wait, all the
also,
statues and that we have of Jesus right now is just modeled of some next man's relative.
Possibly. But then remember, God doesn't have a race, so really and truly it's irrelevant.
Yeah, but then Jesus was still in human form.
Jesus was in human form, so Jesus had a race.
What did he look like?
Yeah.
I feel like he was like tanned. I think he looked Eritrean.
Yeah, that would.
From what I know of them man back then.
Yeah, man. Jesus is perfect, so Eritrean people are stunning. I get it.
Yeah, like with the hair.
Yeah, I get
like
it.
Stayed washed,
Jesus would have been stunning, mate.
Great hair routine, great skincare.
Yeah, just
like
beautiful.
A bit tall. Can see him being a bit slender. Well, we can see. Well, now I don't know who's on that cross now. I think now that you're saying it was the next man's relative, but I feel like it was a bit slender. For him to hang on a cross for that long, you can't be weighty.
I mean, there are nails that are keeping.
Yeah, but even so, like your gravity.
But are there depictions of people just falling from the cross?
No, but I'm like, if you put me on the cross, I'm gonna fall. Them nails like holding me up. It's by weight. Think about when you stick something heavy on the wall, it will fall. And also back then they didn't have like fattening food and stuff, so they would be slender.
Yes, true.
They were literally eating like meat and
unprocessed food.
Yeah,
unprocessed food.
They would be slender.
But yeah, so anyway.
The whole thing. Listen, I'm Christian. I've literally got a cross on my body, please. But I'm saying by gravity. Yeah, if you put someone extremely heavy on a wooden cross, it's going to fall.
But there's been no. I haven't seen. I need to look into the history of crucifixions and see.
I don't like looking into it because the Passion of Christ movie scarred me.
Really?
Oh, I cried so hard. Like my mom got pissed off.
Do you know what? When I was young, because I grew up on like tapes that would like songs of praise tapes, but for kids. One day my mom was telling me a story about Jesus and I cried because I never got to meet him. I was so sad.
I used to be shook of Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, because of the Madonna video. Like a prayer.
Oh.
Which is actually problematic.
Oh.
When the statue came to life. Why do you think Santis? I used to be shook to sit on the sides.
Really?
When they had a statue because I just had that video in my mind that was just going to come to life. I did like the fact that Jesus was black in that though.
So, obviously that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward. So, obviously my grandmother died in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
Within 3 days, she was buried.
I don't want to laugh because everyone's going to think that I'm...
No, but everyone around me was asking like, what already?
Swift.
It was like...
Swift.
Embalmed, makeup, sari tied, like probably within the first 12 hours. And then, yeah, like I was watching, it was not yesterday, the night before. Yeah, yesterday morning, I was watching the funeral. And also, older generations love an open casket.
They love it. Then there'll be always that person that will come and start crying dramatically and rocking the body in the casket, please.
So me and Steph ended up talking about this, right? Because like, now the thing is, my dad died 2 years ago and I was a daddy's girl. There's not one iota, one part of my dad that I don't feel. I'm a very touchy baby and I'm a very touchy adult.
Don't touch me after that story that you told me yesterday.
So when my dad, I was intrigued because what I found was when they embalm you, you don't look exactly the same because life adds character to your face.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, it looks like my dad, but it could be an older West Indian man also. Do you get what I mean? Like there's something, obviously it looks like my dad, but there's something distinctive that's missing, which would be the life.
Yeah.
It would be the
Yeah.
life. So then, you know, I started to think, obviously, I touched his face a bit. You know what I mean? A little bit.
You touched his dead body a bit.
That's my dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know what his earlobe feels like, the inside of his nostril feels like, his lips feel like.
Please don't tell me you didn't put your finger.
I didn't put it in the nostril.
Wait.
I touched the nose. I touched the forehead. I touched.
This whole episode has just made you look crazy. I can't lie to you.
It's my dad, bro.
This whole episode has made you look crazy. Like reports going out to the police. Crazy.
But I was just very intrigued. I was honestly intrigued. But then, me and my friends ended up having a conversation about like how older people deal with the open casket thing. Because they're very familiar with the body.
Yeah.
Very familiar, like touching. And don't get me wrong, I could do that because it's my dad and I touched him a lot. But away from that, I wouldn't actually, I'll be like a safe distance away. And I think our generation as a whole kind of are like safe distance away from.
Because that face sticks in your head.
It does,
When you see a dead person, that face sticks in your head.
It really does.
And like even in Nigeria, I don't know how some tribes have it as custom that when your husband dies, you have to sleep like that. The body has to be in the bedroom for like, I think it's like I don't know. It's either a couple of nights or a night, and you have to wash the body.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Excuse me?
What? Fair.
I'm not sleeping with a dead body in the room, so you can rise up and slap me. Do you know who I married? That man will prank me. The last little life credit that he has, he'll use it to rise up and give a whack across my face. Me. Do you know how traumatic that is? I'll bathe him though.
That's what
I would
I'm
bathe
saying.
because I want him to look. I want him to go with like dignity and pride. Like look the best.
It's like the
in
last
that
act
situation.
of love.
Yeah, that I would honestly do for him. I would wash his body and stuff. But me that's afraid of the dark, his spirit will come and beg them and say, nah, allow it. Because she will literally, what?
I hear that though. Because if you're spiritual.
No, I can't do it.
But you just have to cover the room in a prayer.
No, I can't. You can sleep next to a dead body.
I think no, because I'm not used to it. I think actually, no, let me say that. Because of the relationship I have with my dad, I wouldn't sleep actually, but I could stay next to it. So when my dad passed, obviously I got there like within 30 minutes away before they took away the body. And, I held his hand, I was sitting with him, I was touching his face. You get me? I don't feel, because of my closeness. But that's the person I'm most close to in the world. So I can do that.
I can do that.
Sleeping
at night
is a bit different, but I think sleeping is a bit different. Not because I'm scared, because it's surreal. I think that's why I'd be like, and also when you're dealing with something so hard, your natural body, your body doesn't do what, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, you're in a different world. Your life has changed. So from the minute that happens, it's like, and I phrased it one way and my friend was like, whoa, that's a brilliant way to phrase it. And it was a perfect way to phrase it. I started a new life because obviously you're starting a life without this person who's been a huge, so now you've got to get used to like moving to another country. It's so, this person who's such a huge part of your life, you can always reference back to, cool, You can't do any of those things anymore. So you have to be okay with, the best way I can think going forward is understanding this is a new life and attempting to embrace it through the chaos because it feels horrendous. But you don't have a choice. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
I mean, I haven't obviously experienced like losing a parent. I thank God for that. I hope they live as long as they can, but I'm also aware that one day
you're gonna have to deal with that. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to deal with that. And yeah, I for me, because I'm very much a like bad memories, I bury it.
Mm. Mm.
Even like when my granddad died, like I buried that emotion. It's like, okay, he's dead now. And I buried it. I literally, I don't think I even got emotional. I don't think I think I cried for like 2 minutes and then I was done.
Mm.
And I didn't cry again until I saw his body. And that's when I realized, oh, he's actually dead.
Mm.
And it was difficult because amongst all the grandchildren, I'm the one that has the most memories with him because obviously I'm
You're
the eldest.
Okay.
And I was very close to my granddad because I used to go to Nigeria quite often.
Mm.
So like he was my favorite memory. My favorite thing about Nigeria was going to see my granddad.
Mm.
He always had like these very specific mannerisms. Like he was like funny. Like he would not eat. He can never eat in front of me without offering me. We'd eat breakfast together. Like he was just my favorite thing about Nigeria when I was growing up. So I buried the emotion just because one, I think in my household, and I'm not saying this is even a good way to go about it. I rarely cried, but when I did, I was like, it was treated like a very bad thing. Like I would get shouted at for crying. So then I always associated me crying as me doing something wrong,
Okay.
which is probably why I'm the way I am now, where like it's very like to
She
get me to
defensive as
cry.
hell. She defensive as hell. She would rather deal with her shit by herself.
I will literally deal with the most traumatic shit by myself and I'll come back and tell you a few months later.
Yep.
I don't want anyone around me. I don't want because for me, it's like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want anyone to see me cry and then I'm in trouble. So I've gone through some things and literally you only know about it via mouth. You never witness anything. I will clean up every trace of it before I'm like, okay, cool. By the way, this happened.
And also by the time, because me and you are similar in that sense, by the time we talk about it, we're laughing at it.
Yeah, I'm laughing about it. I'm over it. I'm not saying that's the way to deal with things because it does present problems especially when you're older. Like at the time when I was doing it, I felt like I didn't have a choice in terms of like the stuff I was dealing with. But two, I just thought this is just the best way I can deal with this and remain strong. Because unfortunately, when I was going through certain things, I didn't have the option of being weak because I had to also defend myself whilst also going through things. But anyway, yeah. So for me, I found it very difficult to cry until I saw the body, and then I realized actually I'm never going to see this guy again. I'm never going to see this man being my granddad. Sorry, I'm never going to see him again. So for me, I fear the day when I lose a parent because even though I'm obviously I don't live in the same country as my dad, I still have a lot of childhood memories with him. And when he goes, I know that I now have to deal with the emotion of him going, but also have to think about my very young siblings.
Yeah.
And step up. Which will probably put me in a cycle of again dealing with things and not crying until like, oh shit, this has actually happened. With my mum, I think it'll be much more difficult because that is like
Part of
she's
your
my
life.
rock. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm always open about our relationship. We didn't have the best relationship growing up, but as I got older, it got a lot better. But even then, like, my mum has been the most consistent thing in my life. So for her to go, that would be like, that's my life changing forever. And I don't know if that's something I can adjust to. And my mom's very like, what do I say, panicky. So my worst fear is that the way she goes is in a way that's kind of like,
not peaceful.
yeah, like over time, like it's progressive because I know her, she will panic. And that would now I'll have to be the strong person because I can't see me panic too or like be scared because I have to be there to reassure her. So those are the things I think about, and that's what scares me about death. And also the question of where do I bury them? Because I have Nigerian parents. So where am I taking? Who am I taking where? Like my dad obviously would be easier to bury him in Nigeria because I have to think about everyone else.
He would want to be buried in Nigeria.
But like, where's my mom going?
Where does she want to go?
The woman is so scared of death. She won't even talk about where she wants to be buried. She's so petrified of death. If you ask, she's gonna assume that you want to kill her.
You know what? A lot of parents are like that. You know, they do not want to talk about death.
But you know what? It's the issue though, because when it comes to life insurance, a lot of them are hesitant.
Of course.
And then what happens is that they kick the bucket and all of a sudden we have to now set up a GoFundMe to pay for your funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally I remember I had to have multiple conversations with my mum like, listen, I'm not saying you're going to die anytime soon, but you're going to die.
And
guaranteed.
Guys, don't put that burden on your kids. That's not fair.
Guaranteed you're going to die. Let me tell you, you're kicking the bucket,
saying it
bro.
too loud in the microphone.
You're kicking the bucket, bro.
Emphasizing it in the
You're
mic.
kicking the bucket. You meet your maker. Let me tell you that.
Bless her, man.
Proud of her because she got it, but like when we're even having this conversation, she's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna die in Jesus' name. It's like, no, in Jesus' name, you're actually going to die. Like
It's actually the one thing that's guaranteed.
Happen. Don't make that a burden to your kids. It kills me every time I see a GoFundMe and someone saying, no, my mum died and we need money to the funeral. I'm like, all they had to do was set up life insurance, pay that little £20-30 a month, and you're covered. Don't do that to your children because it's already traumatic, and now they're having to think about how they're going to bury you in a decent way.
Yeah.
It's so long.
So much pressure.
But I just find it so... sorry, it sounds dark. I find it so funny how African parents have just convinced themselves that they're not going to die. You're dying, bro.
Stop it, man.
We're kicking the bucket. All of us, everyone here.
There's one thing
is going to die.
Steph.
So tell me what you want at your funeral. Otherwise, I'm going to have to...
What would you do for your funeral, though?
My funeral. So me being the Leo that I am, a part of me slightly wants to get buried like a guardian, you know.
What's that?
Have you seen guardian funerals?
No.
Them man will sit the body up in a car-shaped casket. I want to be standing, just like in the middle of the dance. I be as extravagant. I want it to feel like a party.
Yeah, same.
You know, like how did you see that video? Like this was like probably a year or two ago. Of the guy got shot in the club, yeah, and then they did his like funeral after party or something like that, or like a memorial or remembrance party in the club. They brought the dead body and dressed him up and put sunglasses on him.
I saw a picture.
Man was just leaning.
Yeah. I saw that.
I was like, "Sorry, looks." And when I watched it, I didn't realize he was dead at first. I was like, "Is he alright?" It's probably just high. It's when I went back to go read the caption, I said,
no, he dead.
He's dead.
He's embalmed.
But I hear it though, because don't leave me out of the celebration. What I don't want though, you know, the whole like I don't want it to be like super like
mournful.
Because I'm like, why are you man crying for? Words. Because if I die before you and I see you crying, I'm gonna be like, you're gonna hear it in the middle of the service. I'm like, Or when you come and view the casket, I start laughing.
It's like swallow your spit, man.
Why are you laughing like this? What? Because I'm not Miss Embassy, okay? Or when you come and see the casket, my body was just start laughing.
No, I 100% would have the same attitude. Like, why are you crying?
Why are you crying? Man.
Fix up.
Or like the whole dove thing. Please don't release the doves.
Don't you like a little dove?
No, because what are you trying to say? I'm not a bird, bro. I'm dead.
I think it has more meaning to that. It's like
what is
peace and serenity in you.
You're releasing the dove to go where? Don't waste the money. Get me a funeral cake with my face on it.
Okay.
Saying not on earth, but killing it in heaven. Or something like that. Give me
yeah.
Like, just like, I want it to be colourful. I don't want anyone to wear black. Wear colours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but not like rainbow colours. Like, choose a colour scheme. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe get people to dress up as different versions of me through different eras.
Okay.
Yeah. What else would I want? I don't want like typical Nigerian food. Don't do the jollof and stuff. Don't do that.
What do you want?
I don't know. I feel like I want like proper catering. But like all my favourite dishes. So I want a bit of Chinese there, a bit of Japanese.
Okay.
Like, I want maybe like a buffet.
Okay.
Invite my enemies, make them wear black and sit in the corner. Don't worry, I'll deal with them.
No, because do you know why this is a problem here? Because if anyone has to implement it, it will have to be me.
That's what I'm telling you. This is a list. I actually hope you're taking note. I'm telling you what I want. Invite my enemies.
I know Manny's not inviting your enemies. I know that's a me thing.
That's you. You invite my enemies, make sure they wear black and they sit in the particular corner. closest to the casket, I have my plan.
But if they're your enemies,
I have my plan.
why would they
Whoever
come?
I haven't gotten my lick back for, invite them.
But
Make
why
them
would
wear
they
black.
come?
Make them come.
We can kidnap
Make them come and put them closest to the casket. I said I have my plan.
Is your casket even open?
Open it when they come. Open it. Don't lock me in. Open it. Let me have my last big one before I go. Before I go, let me rise up.
You don't even believe in open casket like that.
Yeah, but open
For
it
them.
No, for them. Don't open it for my family. Open it for them. I need room. I need space. Don't open it for my family.
I can't stand.
Just open it for them. That's why I said they should wear black so you know who to usher to the casket.
Hey, right. So can row 35
Get
just
out.
make your way to the
Yes.
casket, please?
Thank you. Open it up. I rise up like the Undertaker. I get my last big one. Pow! Go back to rest. Get on with the mass.
I can't stand you.
I don't want the mass to be at St. Anthony's. I want the mass to be open. I want it to be like in the cemetery.
You want it to be in the cemetery?
Can't people do that?
Yeah, I think they can.
Actually, no. Do it in St. Anthony's because I want the hearse. I'm a
Oh,
big
you
attention
missed.
seeker.
You missed my. So my dad's one. Yeah, brilliant her. So obviously, I'm very grateful that one of my best friends is really part of the church. So he kind of it was like a procession which Andrew led.
Oh yeah.
But next to right behind Andrew was someone that works for Cribs and Sons, who is especially good at he deals with the family a lot. And so he came with his Trinidad, because he knew my dad was Trinidadian, wore Trinidadian socks.
Oh.
And was the most lovely person. There's certain things that funerals are not nice things, but they're things that you can make. And I'm really big on talking about funerals.
Yeah.
Celebrating life rather than it being a mournful acknowledgement of death, if that makes sense. I really want, and I felt like that would be fitting. It was fitting for my dad, so that's the way I planned it to be a celebration of life. It's definitely the way I would do my funeral. So I'd want, calypso, soul.
Yeah.
Add a little hymn there. Add a little hymn. Can do pan. But pan can do at the reception. The reception.
You know what?
bit.
I thought it'd be quite sick to have your hearse with the steel pans in front.
Maybe
some girls in
do you know
costumes?
why? Because I feel like it might be too overwhelming.
Okay.
Because having been in a hearse for someone close to me like that, it would be overwhelming.
Okay.
So I think the first bit would need to be, traditional but with a little pizzazz. And then after the funeral, it's time let's walk up. Let's have a great time. Let's free up ourselves. Let's make it celebration of life. I want calypso. I want soca. I want soul. Add a little Megan Trainor in there. Do you get what I mean? I love her.
You be dead, so I can skip that part.
Now Megan Trainor's banging,
I'll say I'll cut that part of the playlist stuff.
But yeah, let it be like representative of my life, man. Do you know what I mean? Give people a reason to celebrate. You can't do the morning thing. Like, because you've got to deal with that already. Do you get me? And I'm not making, a lot of the times it seems like I make light on these things, and it is my way of dealing with things, to be fair. I do laugh at trauma. It's my only way to deal with it, to be fair. I laugh at trauma.
It's always been our way. It's actually always been our way.
So when you lot are coming and talking, I was like, we take nothing seriously.
We actually take nothing seriously. When you lot come serious in our comments, we're laughing because everything's a joke to us.
Everything is a joke to us. The most traumatic thing that can happen in life
is a joke.
Steph will be like, Chris, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, man.
And then I'll make an inappropriate joke about it. And then the things we have joked about.
It was the day my dad died, and someone asked you at work, you told someone at work, and they were like, is she all right? Steph was like, she's making jokes, so...
So she's fine. And we sat in the house and we're like, well! Me and Andrew were literally like, well...
One of our uncles sweet talking everyone, getting lit. Getting lit
in the corner.
It was time. But yeah, so it's just our way of dealing with things. And like there is other ways to deal with things, I think. But for me in particular, when it comes to death, you can't let it weigh you down. It's life-changing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And so I understand everyone has their process, but I feel like I'm big on, me and Steph are both big on if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Cry.
And I'm tired of crying. I cry too much. I'm too emotional.
I'm not, because everyone shouted at me for crying, so now I can't cry. Now I can't cry. It's the most annoying thing ever. Literally, something happened last year, and I had a right to cry. Mum was screaming at me.
Oh.
Why are you crying? This one. Let me cry.
Let you be a soft baby. You know what I
Please.
mean? Just that you.
No, sorry guys, I had my adult fan of the week last night. And I'm lactose intolerant. So if you hear my stomach, I'm so sorry. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think the only person I would like cry for, like, obviously my parents. But when I mean like openly cry, everybody must know that I'm dying, it's probably Manny. If Manny kicks a bucket, that's like such a big life change. I don't even know what I'll do.
Yeah, that is.
I actually don't know what I'll do. I actually don't know.
Some things I'm just like, move to Bali, man. Just do a couple
I'll
months
have
in
to
Bali.
move to Bali. Life will never be the same again. I will actually lose my mind.
Reset it. You gotta reset life.
I can't even reset life. I would not, like, when people. I was speaking to this a guy who's in his 60s who lost his wife 2 years ago. I was like, God, how do you like?
Why you spoke to him about that?
Yeah, I was like, because he was speaking, he was like,
Okay,
he just
fine.
started dating again. I was like, how do you like move on?
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? Like, death is a part of life. Like, we had the best years together. Was with her for 40 years.
Okay.
Had the best years together. But I'm just happy that she's at peace now. And it took me a while to like get myself together, and I've only just started dating. I was like, 2 years, you already started dating. Me, I'll still be wearing black. I don't know if I could do it.
I mean, I saw something online and it said, everyone talks about it gets better with time. And yes and no.
I don't think so.
I think your life just grows around it. And that is the perfect way I've seen
Yeah.
it. Because you've got this hole of someone missing, right?
Yeah.
But as you gain more experiences,
Yeah.
it kind of not covers the hole, not the hole's still there, very
Yeah.
visible. But it just adds more to the story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you've got a black dot and you have yellow and blue. And I think it's very much that. I think when it first happens, there's less experiences around it. You haven't lived this new life.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you know, and as you accumulate more experiences, there's more experiences in this new way of life.
I just don't think there's a man funny out there for me.
That's so cute. Love
Yeah.
a girl.
He's just like so funny.
And if all else fails, get a cake.
Get a cake. Oh God, the dead dad cake. Lord.
So just before we move on to adult finds, so I've got unfortunately there's
you, not we all. I'm not part
I
of
have
it.
a friend who also has experienced a loss of a parent. So, you know, sometimes we go to the internet and find our dark humor bag. So one day he sent me a dead dad cake. Sent me a video of a dead dad cake. I was like, what's this? And it was a girl saying, Happy Dead Dad Day. Dad. The cake was black with red icing. Now, you know me, I have a cake for everything. So we're having, I was like, this is crazy. This is mad. And then he was like, he wants one. And so then it became an ongoing thing because it was like, how do you commemorate that day? Do you get me? What
Not
do you
with
do?
cake.
But why not?
Maybe you go to church, you visit the graveyard.
Yeah, and then what?
Yeah, man, you go. Like,
Because the thing about this day, yeah, is like, does it have to be sad for the rest of your existence?
no, like you can just like use it to. Some people use it to pretty up the grave.
And that's wonderful. And cake.
Okay, all right. You lot deal with it the way you want to deal with it. Because I might deal with it by smoking crack. So I can't.
Whoa.
I can't be. I haven't been there yet. I don't know.
It's true.
I say that when there's
you
no one,
won't
when the person that can
crack.
shout at me for crying is dead. What does that? That means the floodgates might open. I don't know.
But you have a lovely support system to help you.
I probably won't tell you, man, until like 6 months after. With the way I move.
We do a podcast every weekend, girl.
Yes,
You can't have that. You can't have that.
You're like, how's your mom? I'll be like, fine. These times. Then the
Stephanie's
guard.
coming to the podcast looking all
Like, I
frazzled.
said, oh, what happened? Nothing.
Nothing.
Let's go on.
Your breath is hot because you haven't eaten. Like, Steph, are you sure?
Yeah, no, good. Oh, have you heard from your mum lately? Yeah.
One teardrop.
One tear. About 6 months later, over dinner, by the way, my mum died. Sorry, mum. I'm not making jest of you dying. I'm not saying
This is
you're
so
gonna
bad.
die. But you're gonna die, but I'm not making
Stop it, man.
We're all gonna
Don't
die.
trigger her.
We're all actually going to die.
She actually watches this.
Everyone needs to accept they're gonna die. But anyway, shall we move on to the Reddit
Yes,
question
let's
of the week? Right, Reddit question of the week. What's the most impressive pickup line you've ever heard? Someone said, years ago, I was sitting in my college dorm lounge with some friends around the start of February. A sorority girl comes in and says they're doing a rose delivery service for Valentine's Day. You pay a few bucks per rose, write down the room and phone number of who you want to send it, and a note, and they'll deliver it on the way. One of my friends says, oh, sure, there's this cute girl I want to get a rose for, and gives her some money. She hands him the card to fill out. He makes a big show, looking confused for a second, then hands it back to her and says, sorry, I don't know your number yet. She laughs, fills out the card, fills out another card with her room and phone number, hands it to him and leaves. The rest of us are all sitting there in awe as the entire thing took less than a minute. That is a good one.
I don't
But
get
knowing
it.
me, I wouldn't get it. So basically, she said that, so the guy, so basically you could get a rose for someone in a college dorm room, but you
Yeah.
just have to get their phone number and their room number,
Mm,
and then pay, and then they'll deliver it to the person.
okay.
So his friend, the girl gave the friend the card to fill out to the person that he wanted to get a rose for, because he wanted to get a rose for someone, and was like, oh, I don't have your number yet.
Oh.
So that was him trying to draw it. But because we sometimes can be slow, that thing would take more than a minute. And by the time we get it, he would have been put off by how slow we are, because it's giving Johnny has 5 apples.
We had a conversation about this yesterday about when someone, like when we was in school, someone was saying, oh, they were trying to say they fancy
You.
me. So they were saying, oh, so we were friends, innit? Close friends. And then I was like, oh, who are you feeling at the moment? And he was like, oh, like just this one Trinidadian girl. So I started naming every Trinidadian girl that went to my school. And it wasn't them. And it didn't fathom. I think the last minute, he was like, you haven't named another one. I was like, who? He was like, you.
Oh, that's cute. That's kind of cringe. That made me angry. So he was like, you made me go through all these names. Why don't you just say you like me?
Yeah, it's true. But it's cute. It's cute. Right. Someone else said, had a guy once point to the ground and say, hey, I think you dropped something. I looked around and couldn't find anything. So when I asked him what I had dropped, he replied, hopefully your standards, and introduced himself. Long story short, we're divorced now. Go. And that's why.
That was the first red flag.
That's
He said,
why.
drop your standards and get with me. No, that's insane. I'm running. You're telling, you know the one that I hate as well is when they're like, oh, you're too good for me. Damn right.
Yep.
The fact that you've established that, I shouldn't be here.
And this is the thing, yeah. See, as a man, yeah, have a little oomph to you.
Please.
That self-denigration thing.
Ah.
Right.
Yuck. You're not pleasing anyone.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right, so
We like men. Anyway.
What's the most impressive pickup line you've ever heard? A few years ago, I overheard a girl at a bar say she felt like she was going to do something dumb that night. So I told her I dropped out of school in 6th grade. It didn't work, but I was always proud of that one. Oh, he's the dumb one because he dropped out of school in 6th grade and she said she's going to do something dumb. So he was basically saying, so you're going to do me because I'm dumb. Terrible. I don't like that one.
I don't understand why they're saying it's impressive. Because it's not impressive.
You're going to do me. We're disgusted because they're dumb. That's the only reason why we're taking offense to this, because they're dumb. Even though slyly.
No, we hate dumb people.
But even though
Can't-
slyly.
We're looking a bit slow.
We're looking a bit slow still. We're looking a bit slow.
How can you hate dumb? How can you hate dumb people when you're,
you're dumb
you're a
as
few pennies short,
When we're
girls?
self-projected.
What's the most impressive pickup line you've heard? As someone who is in a wheelchair, my go-to pickup lines are, I can't feel my legs. Can I feel yours? And hey, can I interest you in a lifetime supply of front row parking? I have about an 80% success rate of at least getting a number. See, this would win me.
Fair enough, because that disability badge, that's like the key to London. You can park anywhere. If you like,
What?
park on someone's house, as long as you've got that blue badge,
What?
nah, that's
in
a
a
good
wheelchair
one.
and you've got a mad sense of humor. Sexy.
Bad sense of humor and a blue badge,
Sexy.
bro. Get in the
Listen.
front seat. Let's go.
A bit of me.
You can park in the middle of the road of Mayfair. What?
A bit of
Freedom.
me.
Nah.
And the confidence. Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, that is hot. I'm not gonna lie. That's the best pickup line I've seen.
What's the most impressive pickup line you've ever heard? A MILF I was once drinking with said to me, whenever I have tequila, I end up hooking up with someone. And then she took a shot of tequila while locking eyes with me. That's something I would do.
That's cute.
It's not cute though.
It is.
It's very like, you're my prey. But it's something I would do.
Yeah, you've got to have the right demeanor to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's creepy.
It's creepy.
Otherwise, it's giving
But,
you.
Yeah.
Like
But it's something I
yeah.
could do.
But yeah, that if it's if they look the way you want them to look, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's giving Shannon growling. Sorry. Anyway, shall we move on to Reddit Realness real quick?
Yeah. Jesus. Reddit Realness. My husband missed the birth of our first child, so I left him. My husband and I, both 26, moved states away for his work last year. It was fine at first because I wanted to support him, but immediately the thought grew inside of me that I had no one there except for him. His baby mama, 38, and his kid, 9, let's call her E, moved along with us. For context, he was 17 when E was born, and his baby mama was his teacher. Gross.
That is disgusting.
That is gross. I knew him in high school and helped him with E when he had to take care of her on his own. That's what made us fall in love, and eventually we got married. Up until 4 months ago, our relationship was perfect. We were 8 months pregnant and we were 8 months pregnant with our baby boy and we were beyond happy. Then one night we were chilling on the couch when he got a phone call from his baby mama. She was shouting into the phone, so he stepped into a different room as to not disturb me. When he ended the call, I was met with a completely different side to him. You see, sometimes when my husband has to work and it's his turn to look after E, he leaves her with me. E and I bake together, do homework, watch movies, and have conversations about school. It never went beyond that, but somehow E told him that I'd been hitting her when he wasn't here, and he believed her. I understand why he instantly took her side because she's his baby, and honestly, I would too. But I kept on telling him that I never laid a hand on E for the life of me, but he wasn't believing me. Instead, he grabbed his keys and vanished out the door right after telling me that he wanted nothing to do with me or my baby. I was devastated. I called him countless times and I didn't stop until he blocked me. I was left alone in a house and a state that I had no business being part of, and I was so scared. Less than a month later, he never came back. I went into labor. I didn't want him to miss the birth of our first child, so I went as far as calling him from a stranger's phone. But as soon as he realized it was me, he hung up. Nonetheless, I gave birth to my beautiful baby boy, and when I came home from the hospital, my husband was there and he looked completely worse for wear. Apparently, he was informed by the hospital staff that the room we booked was paid for by my father, and he connected the dots. And when he refused to go to check up on me, his daughter told him that she wanted to go and see her new brother and eventually confessed that she was lying just to get her mummy and daddy back together. Not that they ever were. He apologized profusely and pleaded to see our son, but I couldn't handle it. I told him to leave the house and that I didn't want to see his face again. Now, I moved back home and I served my husband with divorce papers. He never signed them. He desperately wants me to take him back, but I don't know if I want to. He broke my trust that day and established where his priorities lie between my son and E. Now that I know that where he stands, I don't ever want my son to be mistreated by his own father.
That is hard. That is hard.
Do you know
That
what-
daughter is wicked. I'm sorry.
No, she's not.
I hear why she
She's a
did it.
child.
I hear why she did it. My word.
It's just children, innit? They don't understand the consequences of their actions. But this is the father's fault because really and truly, before establishing exactly what happened, you should have really established with your daughter
Of course.
exactly what happened, how it happened, where it happened, why it happened, what led up to it happening. To really, because you would want to know that, to know the truth, if that makes sense. So if it was true, you'd want to know all the details for
course.
how this person that you're building your life with could do such a thing. You've never seen it before. Like, where was your misjudgment? Do you know what I mean? Your discernment, if that to be the case. And I think with that, you could have had an open conversation. Like, okay, let's have a conversation, us together. What happened? Do you know what I mean? In a safe space where the dad's there to protect the daughter. What happened? Speak to the partner. Anyway, he didn't do any of that. He just left. And without a concern for the baby that's
for the
growing.
baby that's in the stomach. That's why I'm like, she's slightly wicked. So I'm like, I hear it. I don't know how old the daughter is, but I'm like, yo, and then all of a sudden you just change your mind that you want to see your new baby brother.
But
oh, by the way, I was lying.
That's just children, innit?
I'm just like,
there's no discernment. There's no
I hear it. I hear
consequences.
But also, I'm like, okay, where was your mum as well? Because if I had that, if my child went to go tell their dad that, oh, the dad's girlfriend is hitting them, I'm going to step in and be like, tell me exactly what happened. And if you can't tell me what again, I'm not the thing of, I don't want to, obviously, if she's saying she's being hit, obviously I'm going to take that seriously, but tell me exactly what happened. Like, I'm vetting you for as much information as possible because this is serious. Whether it happens or not, this is serious.
And I'm speaking to the woman as well.
And I'm speaking to the woman as well.
Yeah. But as advice, I'm not going to lie, girl, leave.
Yeah, I would leave because that's like a new, this man has shown the level of wickedness that he's capable of going to. The level of wickedness. Do you know what it is to leave someone to give birth in a new state that they're not familiar with by themselves? They're calling you to tell you that they're in labour and you're cutting the phone. Why does it sound so familiar?
Devil's advocate. Because if it was true that the woman had been hitting your child, you really you'd want her to suffer as much as possible.
Not at the expense of my child.
Not at the expense of your child, but
what if I
you wouldn't
died?
want your child to suffer. You wouldn't want the baby to suffer.
Yeah, you wouldn't want.
You don't care about the woman.
Okay, but this is the whole thing of like, once a man stops loving you, he stops loving the child. Because what has the child got to do with it?
But this is what I'm saying. So he's wrong for that because you should have been there for the child. But supposedly didn't he want to be there for the child? Because when he found out the child was actually here, coming, wasn't he then going?
He didn't want to check up on them. That's when the daughter had to confess and say, actually, she didn't hit me.
Oh, no, yeah, no, you're right. Because he said, I want nothing to do with you or your child. That's crazy.
That's
yeah,
a wicked man.
That's mad.
That is a wicked man. What, you don't want to see your own son?
The son didn't have nothing to do with it. That baby just was born. That baby, you were just having a great time.
Oh,
and
that
that baby.
about me. I'm not going to beg you to come see your child, you know. Once you make that decision, live with it.
I would hope that I would beg.
I'm not begging you to come see your child.
I would hope that I would.
I'm not. For me to go through something as traumatic as labor by myself, and I say I'm married with a husband. My God.
I would hope that I would put my ego aside for my child. Because I know me being me, because we had this conversation yesterday, I don't beg. When it comes to rejection, I'm out the door. I don't have time for it. I hate rejection so bad. But I think at the point of which I might see a benefit for my child, I would hope, Jesus God, please lessen my ego so that I am willing to take the hit in my ego so that the child could benefit.
No. I'm saying that as someone who's a child. I take that one, I take personally. Nah, I'm not begging you to come and see your child. I'll let you know. I might drop you a text and say, by the way, I gave birth. Here's a picture. But I'm not begging you. If you can be that wicked, I don't even want it. So
Mm.
I hear you, sis, because that kind of man, that's the type of man that will leave you when you're sick.
No, either way, you got to leave the man because so I've got a slightly different take in it. I think because I understand how the situation got there. I understand everybody's point in and how you logicalized it. I get that, but some things, if once they've happened, you can't undo them.
You can't undo them.
And that's all it is. So I get the child. The child wanted to see her mummy and daddy back together because that's something a lot of kids ask for. They just would like to see their parents together. So cool, I get that. I get that his rage at he had let someone into his life who could potentially hurt his child. I get that. The baby mother offered that there's nothing said. I understand the woman because she's like, I'm pregnant and you don't even care about your child.
Yeah.
I understand that. However, because this situation has happened and it has been dealt with in the way it is, it all has to be
It
thrown
will
in the bin.
never be the same again.
Yeah, man, you got to throw it in the
How
bin.
do you even expect this one to be around your daughter?
There's no coming back.
There's no coming back. There's actually no coming back.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be around your daughter again.
Don't leave her near me.
I'm scared of her.
Don't even let
At
her
this
look
point,
at me.
I'm scared of her.
I'm scared.
I'm scared of her. And as an adult, we can be because your words have power and has created something. No, it's like...
That's my worst thing. I said, listen, I can never. I could never date someone with a child.
Yeah, we had this conversation last week.
Please, I can't.
Yeah, I just...
I cannot.
It's just one of those things. Once it's happened,
I think that's the situation where you can't come back from it.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
Actually can't come back from it.
You might love each other. You might even forgive him, but you cannot go back.
I can't.
It's crazy. But yeah, that is my advice on that one.
Yeah, girl. Like, good luck. I'm so sorry you had to even go through that. It's so unnecessary.
That's so
God,
horrible.
children are difficult sometimes, man. Just hard. Shall we move on to adult finds of the week?
Adult finds of the week.
Guys, right now I'm being held in a chokehold by my current adult find of the week. So Waitrose have introduced this new line of pizza called Urban Pizza.
Yeah.
So it's their own pizza line. Incredible. So they have different flavors. They're like quirky flavors. My favorite one is the pepperoni with a hot honey drizzle.
Okay.
Incredible. One of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. One of the best pizzas. And it's only like $4.95 because they're doing like a 25% off
That's cool.
like deal to introduce it. They've got like a cheeseburger one, which I haven't tried yet because it has pickles on it. But I did try the carbonara one because they ran out of the hot honey one. And that was equally as incredible. And that one has like the it's got like cheese sauce, pasta, bacon, pepper. It's much. You shouldn't be eating the whole pizza anyway. But like it's much. Like you only need a couple of slices to like satisfy yourself. But they're really good and they're really cheap. So they've like anytime I even like don't know what to eat or like, you know when you sometimes on a Friday night, oh, we should get a takeout. I just get that pizza. And put it in the oven for 9 minutes, done. Put the drizzle on that, sorted. Incredible. One of the best pizzas I had. And you know it's nice. You know pizza's nice when you can eat the crust. And enjoy it. Because sometimes I feel like eating the crust is a chore.
I hear that.
But this one, great. So yeah, that's my adult find of the week.
My adult find of the week is there's a new Joe Malone's collection joint collaboration with Zara is out in Zara shops. And I got the bottle Ebony Wood. Luscious. Citrusy, sexy, feels like you're going on a plane. It's fresh. It's a bit summery, but it could be like a New York autumn. Yeah. 25 quid. Gorgeous. And
Yeah, the Joe Malone and Zara collabs from, was it a year or two ago? Or 3 years ago, were really good. So yeah, the fact that they're back again, I'm defo hitting up Zara.
And with that, guys, you've come to the end of the pod. Well, the show for this week.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what we're going to do next? We're going to beg once again. Yes. If you are watching on YouTube, please, and you enjoyed this show, please give us a thumbs up, comment, let us know your thoughts, whether it's on the Realness of the week or what was the most impressive pickup line you've heard, or how do you deal with death and grief, etc. Let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you guys. Like the episode, press the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when our videos go live. We drop every Mondays and Thursdays now. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, please give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on Spotify as well, on Apple if that's an option as well. And then yeah, on socials, Instagram, we just got here podcast. Oh wait, no, wrong at. Sorry. On Instagram, we just got here pod. Follow us if you want to get daily clips, bite-sized clips of banter to get you through your day. Same with TikTok, we just got here podcast. And on Twitter, WJGH podcast. We be trying. And you can find me, Steph, on Instagram and Twitter at Steph Achigbu. That's STEPHACHIGBU. Tia, where can they find you?
I am Miss Tia Roberts on, what am I Miss Tia Roberts on? Twitter. And
TikTok?
That's it. TikTok. And I am Tia Honey Roberts on Insta.
Fab. And that brings us to the end of the show.
We'll see you next week. We love you guys. Bye.